Porch Sessions featuring Rich Tycoon.
Tycoon. It don't stop, man.
Okay. I appreciate him because he's been out here enduring this motherfucking cold out here in Oklahoma,
Oh,
Cali,
yeah,
Homer.
motherfucker.
We're over listening to some music. We're over talking about a lot of stuff in regards to life and the game, and how they're synonymous with each other. Because if you're faulty in one place or you're great in one place, it should translate into the other because you're just that type of person and not an image.
That's real. That's real, man. That's real.
So for the people that don't know, because like I said, the concept of the porch session is me introducing people that A, I consider friends, and more importantly, as I said, the friend that's got a message that I want to get out there. We're gonna do music. In the background is Heaven Knows. He's on there because Heaven knows there's a lot of people that's doing music, but we don't know why they're doing it sometimes. We know why we do it.
Yeah.
So for the people that don't know, I'm gonna ask, who are you, sir?
Man, I'm Rich Tycoon, aka Filthy Rich, the original one. And I'm Rich Hampton, Richie Hampton, you feel me? I'm all of that, man. That's who I am. You put those three things together, 3.5 things together, and you're gonna have me, man. So, yeah.
Hey. So what is it that you do, sir? Besides, because I'll give you credit, you're a big community person. You give back a lot. And one way you do that is?
Well, one way I do that right now, I kind of volunteer, / work for a nonprofit agency, which kind of struggling right now, so we don't always get paid. So that's why I basically volunteer a lot. You know?
Okay, yeah, that's what. Hey, but that's community service.
Yeah, and it's good.
Voluntary.
Because, yeah, I work for a beautiful sister by the name of Gwen Rolee, and she hired me coming up out of prison. You know what I'm saying? And so she brought me on when I was struggling, and so when the company starts struggling or organization starts struggling, I can't leave. So. And it's real fulfilling. So that's what I do. We do outreach services for people, minorities, as well as poor people with HIV. So, that work heavy in that community, as well as get around in a few more places and try to put, a little pain where it ain't.
That's
as well as
up.
like stop the violence, little movements and whatever. I'm just trying to be involved. That's all I'm trying to do, give a little back. So, yeah.
A hell of a people person.
For sure, for sure.
So you also do music, sir?
Oh yeah, do music. That's a community service within itself.
That's what I'm talking about.
You feel me? So anytime I get a chance to, speak to the people, and that's what I do in the booth, I'ma do it. So yeah, I make music, I rap. I've been rapping for years. Probably too many to try to admit right here on the mic, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? But it's a good thing, though, because it brought me a lot of experience, though. I got a lot of experience writing, put it that way.
Okay. So when you write, you also, we talked about it earlier, you write for therapy, correct?
Yes, yeah, definitely. I got to write for therapy because, some people might call it a real cat, but there's several little facets of real. But I'm real in a sense to where, I might act out if I don't write it down. You know what I'm saying? So it's, some things you just want to get off your chest. Sometimes you want to pump yourself up to be bigger than how you feeling. So in that sense, it's therapy when I write. And sometimes you just want to cuss somebody the fuck out. So I do that too occasionally, And
it's a lot cheaper than going to jail.
Yeah, that's what I found. You know what I'm saying? Because the dudes I was trying to cuss out, they wasn't going to jail, and I was going to jail.
Oh,
you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a lot cheaper than.
So I start making, a little bit of music to reflect my feelings.
Okay.
Here it is there.
So what kind of, you're from Milwaukee, you said? And you're predominantly California. That's what most people know you as. I'll say listeners know you as California.
Yeah.
Because when I first heard you, I associated with California till I actually heard one of your songs where you broke down coming from Milwaukee and the transfer of, I believe it was some little group home and some other stuff. Like it was a song when you was going through a whole lot of stuff and just talking.
It's a few songs I kind of interweave it. It's hard to really tell. I know I tell a lot of stories, so and some songs got kind of the same story. You feel me? Because it was happening at the same time. But the bottom line is, yeah, I was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I try to keep that relevant in my story because a lot of people don't realize that Milwaukee, Wisconsin is like a city of like 700,000 people.
Damn.
And so, and I moved here to Oakland when I was 5, which is a city of 500,000 people. So, excuse me, you know, to just put it in perspective, I'm a real, you know, I come from the ghetto. And it wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't matter whether it was Milwaukee or Oakland. And then, after that, I started getting into a little bit of trouble in Oakland and ended up in a place called Santa Cruz by way of group home. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And yeah, so you'll hear me talking about Milwaukee. You'll hear me talking about Oakland. You'll hear me talking a lot about Santa Cruz because it's a whole nother part of the story that goes down there. You might even hear me talking about Seattle because that's relevant too in my career.
Well, and that's personal. You know what I mean? And the reason I say personal is because that's what music should be. It shouldn't be, I'm not going to say that people don't need candy.
Yeah.
But you need sustenance.
Yeah.
You need some real food for thought.
Yeah, definitely, man. So, yeah, and that it's a good thing. I look at it like, to be real with you, being affiliated with so many places is a beautiful thing because, you know, that's how music is and that's what it should be. It should be a big thing. It shouldn't be, to me personally, a block thing. It shouldn't be a turf thing, even though that has its place. But I'm going to just say, when I try to speak to the biggest audience possible. And my experiences through life and by getting around just made my life and my story that much more bigger.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Because most people travel and they don't want to speak about what they see and relate to until somebody else brings it up and then they're like, oh, me too.
And it become popular. You feel me? And yeah, it's a trip because Santa Cruz wasn't popular. You know what I'm saying? For music, and people didn't want to talk about Santa Cruz, but it was so relevant in my story that I talked about it a little bit. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. And 2 people in Oakland, because Oakland is also part of the story. So if I'm making a record in Santa Cruz, best believe it's going to be some people in Oakland to hear it, and some people in Milwaukee. So the bottom line is that's how I got to speak. I got to speak so everybody can understand it. You feel me? So, and it's a beautiful thing because then at the end of the day, you end up creating a real story. Instead of fantasy, you know what I mean?
All right, in regards to creating stories or creating non-fantasies, what do you look for when you work with other people?
First of all, I look for a person. Some people ain't people, you know what I'm saying? And
I got that.
I say that because, you know, I'm a real humble person, over humble in a lot of ways, and the reason why is because I really come from nothing. You know what I'm saying? I left home at 13 years old, made a lot of mistakes in the streets, ended up doing a lot of time, you know, stealing and doing a lot of stuff maybe I'm not even proud of. But the bottom line is I did it kind of, quote unquote, out of necessity. You feel me? I felt I needed to survive. But I met a lot of people along the way, and that's the bigger thing. And I realized that, you know, none of them people was nobodies. They was all somebody, whether they was using heroin, whether they was, you know what I'm saying, robbing houses, or just, you know, in a female sense, getting pimped out or molested. Right. But the bottom line is I met a lot of real people. And so when I look at people, first and foremost, I want to meet people that's not hella judgmental. I want to meet people that's real to the point to where, you know, they understand. They understand life. You know what I'm saying? Right. And if you can't understand life and you can't empathize with the next person's story, I don't really want to deal with you. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm looking to make music with people, that's one of the first things I'm looking for. Because once I find that in a person, I know that in an artist sense, that same type of individual is going to have a little bit more depth to them. And so when we mesh our little stories or mesh our talents, we don't come away with something valuable. You know what I'm saying? Good experience. So yeah, that's the first thing I look for, is a real person and an artist. You know what I mean? So another thing I look for in people that I specifically work with in the sense of music is people that's gonna do something with the music. You feel me? Somebody that's gonna push it, and I don't care if you only pushing it to 50 of your friends, but I consider my voice and my opinion and my feelings being on anybody's beat or record worth something. You feel me? So if I take the time to come out and I do it with you, I rock with you and we make a song and you just like, man, it's cool. Rich came out and it's a song I did. Man, you didn't attach no value to it from the jump. You feel me? And I attached a lot of value to it, like I said, by just coming and meeting you and making music. So that's a big thing too. I want to work with people that's willing to try to, share the music, share the thing that we did, the art that we created, because it's important to me.
Well, yeah, if you're gonna paint, you gotta hang it on the wall.
You feel me? Or don't do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just tell me I'm hot.
Yeah, no, for real.
I'll accept that.
Yeah, if you want me to come paint with you,
You feel
and
me?
you don't want to hang it on the wall, I just accept that you just want to keep it for yourself.
Yeah, just say.
Basically.
Yeah, I accept that too. If you only want to have it one unit sold, sell it to yourself. It's good. It's good.
Okay.
It's good.
So, do you have any advice for people in regards to making music, their career?
I guess to sum it all up is go for what you know, and go for everything you want. Because I can't even tell you what you're doing is right or wrong, or how you're going about it, or that the goal you trying to accomplish is wrong. I could just say that what I'm trying to reach for is called respect and good music and acceptance by real music fans. You know what I'm saying? I want people to really listen to my music and really feel it and use it to, you know what I mean, to carry on in life. If they wake up and they listen to it like, man, okay, now I can deal with this day, then I did my job. You know what I'm saying? So, in advice, do what you do, go for what you know, but at the same time, if you really want to reach a little deeper, then be specific in what you're trying to do and reach the people. You know what I mean?
Got you.
For real.
Okay. Is there anything you want to say before we get out of here and roll up another Jenny?
Man, I just want to send a shout out to you, man, Lee Earl, man. Thanks for bringing me down here to the porch. It's been a good afternoon, man. Yeah, it's been a little cold out here. Yeah, y'all see me like this. I'm chilly as hell out here, but it's good. I'm out here in the porch. I'm feeling like I'm in Oklahoma, so I must be in Oklafornia. You feel what I'm saying? I must be, man. I just hope that a tornado ain't finna creep around this motherfucker any second, man. But yeah, man, shout out to Lee Earl, man, for putting me on and keeping his cell phone, man. Keep doing
I appreciate you, because you're the only, if people got a passion about what they're doing, it's my job to help, like you said. If I got an avenue, like you said about Milwaukee, I got Oklahoma. I'm going to push this as far as I can to as many people as I can, because the purpose of this is get your message out there and get it heard. And if I didn't support what you did and didn't like what I heard, I wouldn't mess with you, because there's a lot of, like I told you earlier, it's a lot of memory space up in my brain. And I ain't finna waste it on no bullshit.
That's right. I feel that, man, for sure.
So I appreciate you, man. And this is Porch Sessions. We are signing off.
It's all good, man.